Let's talk about that coffee shop culture. Can you describe it a little bit? Was it very supportive with other players?
Very supportive, and it still is. There's a community of songwriters built into this coffee shop scene where it was a series of coffee shops, you know. It's probably a half dozen really strong ones 15 years ago when I arrived. And I'm sure it had been going even since Jim Croce was living down there. But right when I got there, things were still abuzz from Jewel having been there a few years before.
Living in her car.
Steve Poltz, exactly. So there was this audience that was going to these coffee shops. And what I loved about it, the culture, is that it was all ages. It was quiet, very different from bars, you know, where it was 21 and up and it was noisy and you had to rock out to really get their attention. This was something different. It was a place where people wanted to listen and have conversations and hear stories. And I just loved it. And I would go every night and watch other players, admire what they did. I was working the door at coffee shops. I was running the sound just to be there until I was given my own night. You know, I was doing open mics and songwriter nights until I earned their trust and did every Thursday night for 3.5 years until the place was just sold out every Thursday night.
When you got your own night, that must have been a big buzz for you to finally, that's arriving really. I've got my own night.
Oh, that's it. I had arrived. Yeah. I mean, that was my goal. When I left college, I said, you know, I'm going to give myself until I'm 40. And if I fail, you know, if I don't make it by 40...
You were giving yourself a big chunk of time.
Totally. I was giving myself plenty of time. And I said, look, even if I don't make it, by the time I'm 40, I'm going to rock. Because I'll have tried for so long, you know. And when I made it to the coffee shop, you know, I was making money. I was recording my shows, and I was able to sell them. And I was living as a musician. I had made it. And honestly, everything that's happened since then has just been this freaky bonus. You know I can always go back to the coffee shops and survive.
Sure.
Yeah.